Hey guys, I just thought I'd come on here and make a video for the day. I'm basically just trying to upload a video each day for like an entire month because I've watched videos of other people doing it saying like how it helped their growth on their YouTube channel, just how it helped their channel grow and stuff. So I figured I would try it for myself, see what happens, because everybody has a different experience with YouTube and how their channel grows and stuff. So I figured why not, you know. But right now I am actually currently watching My Little Pony over again. I have watched it like multiple times before, but I'm rewatching through the whole series all in like one now, with the movies and stuff included in order. Right now I'm on season 5 where Starlight wants to un-cutie mark them, basically take their cutie marks from them and make them all equal and stuff. I mean, like, if you're not a My Little Pony person, you wouldn't know, but if you watch this and you are a My Little Pony person, you know, like, which season I'm talking about, like, season 5, episode 1, where everything just basically gets wild and crazy, and they all get their cutie marks taken away and stuff. I mean, it's a whole thing, like, I think it's pretty wild that this stuff happens. Like, I don't understand why. Like, I don't remember why she doesn't and wants to make them all equal and stuff. Because I know for a fact that Starlight, who's the pony doing this, still has her cutie mark, and that's how she's taking everybody's away. And I don't think anybody else realizes that because they all have these equal marks on them, and it's really weird. But yeah, so Starlight is kind of like one of the villains that they face in this show throughout. Most of the villains that they face become their friends, except for I think like a few. I know T-Rex doesn't become their friend. I don't think they talked to him after this. But I'm basically on season 5, so she, Twililight's got a castle and stuff now, and basically like whole new adventure, stuff like that. Tell me I can't skip the credit. Oh wait, yes I can. So I am actually currently watching this on Plex, which is a free streaming service. This is the only way I was basically going to be able to watch this show for free, because Netflix doesn't have all those seasons anymore like they used to, which I'm actually really upset about that. Because you have to do it on Hulu, and I don't have a subscription because, I'm broke. And that's why I'm actually starting a YouTube channel and trying to get my channel to grow. Just because, like, I'm trying to become a YouTube creator, and there's a lot of people that have started doing it now in 2025. And I want to see where my YouTube experience could possibly take me. What kind of money I can make on here. There's a lot of people that make really good money on YouTube. Yeah, it's basically being self-employed, and it takes, more money out of your taxes and stuff. Like, I get that. But I think that's probably why, even if I do get monetized and actually start making money off YouTube, I don't think I'm going to quit having an actual job just as a backup in case my channel gets demonetized for whatever reason. Because that's been happening to people too, because they're not reading the YouTube policies, or when they make videos, there's things in their videos that they can't have. Most of the videos I've made so far have been pretty original and just me sitting here talking in front of the camera. I tried to do like 2 reaction videos. I just didn't like the way they turned out. So I thought I'd go this route instead, just sit here in front of the camera talking, because that just seems to get a lot more results. There's a lot of people that actually sit here like me and just sit in front of their phone or their computer or, a camera. It's like, whatever. What? I'm making a YouTube video.
Me too.
I love you. But, sorry guys, that was my boyfriend. But yeah, like, there's just a lot of people who have just started YouTube channels and stuff in 2025, because there's a lot of people realizing how much money you can make off of this platform, like, because there's a lot of people freaking out over the whole TikTok ban and stuff. I really don't care about TikTok, because I remember the days being a kid when you'd be on YouTube till like 3 in the morning watching dumb shit you found to watch, like people making parody videos or any other random stuff, or even people playing games and making fun of the game they were playing. You know, I grew up watching like, God, what was I watching? I was watching like tribute videos, like My Little Pony ones, and like parody songs and stuff like that. Just like dumb stuff that you found on YouTube. Or there was Annoying Orange when I was a kid. That was a big name. A lot of people liked Annoying Orange. That was a good one. Grumpy Cat. A lot of people liked that one. There's a lot of things that used to be really big on like YouTube before Musical.ly and TikTok became a thing. Because it was originally Musical.ly, then it turned into TikTok, and yeah, it's just been like this whole thing. And now everyone's like flipping out because it's gonna be gone. Like, I get it because there's a lot of people that actually make a living off of TikTok. And like, I understand that that's how a lot of people have gotten away from their 9-to-5 jobs. And honestly, I don't blame people because jobs make people miserable. Like, people wonder why us Gen Z kids in general have a lot of different jobs. Like, I've had 6 jobs from this point. From 16 to 19, I've already had 6 different jobs. And there's a lot of things that go into it of why people would have so many jobs as a person in my generation. And a lot of it has to do with management issues and just shitty managers and shitty policies. You know, like, some company policies actually really do suck. Like, there's a lot of policies that they expect you to read the handbook before you start a job. There's a lot of places that basically get pissed off as soon as you don't read the rule book. And it's like, if you wanted me to read it, why didn't you tell me I had to read it before I started the show? Like, you know, there's a lot more places that I think if they want people to follow the rules, they should just make reading the rule book mandatory at the end point if they really want you to care about policy. Half the time, even if you do, nobody gives a shit. Like, anymore, if you try to call out sick, there's a lot of places that will actually still want you to come in and cover that shift, even though you're, you know, puking and you're to the point where, like, you can't get up out of bed, you know? And there's a lot of places that will, as soon as you call out, will just fire you over that. And it is sad because it is happening in this day and age. You know, and it sucks that there's a lot of people going through that right now of just losing their jobs for literally no reason. Like, there's people just getting laid off right now because of just how bad the economy is. It does suck. And what even sucks worse is how a lot of these places say that they're hiring, and then as soon as you apply, you get nothing. Like, you get absolutely nothing back or nothing. Or you call and then they go, oh, well, we're not hiring. It's like, you have a thing saying you're hiring, I applied, and now you're not hiring. Like, what's going on here? You know? And, like, where I live, there is a few places where I live. A few of the restaurants actually have 1 star, a lot of 1-star reviews on Google. And, I mean, it's sad, but it is what it is. Like, our Burger King and our Sonic, they get a lot of 1-star reviews. Like, the Burger King has got like a 3-star rating on Google, and Sonic's got like a 4. And a lot of it has to do with understaffment and just how people are treated in, you know, those places, because a lot of the management sucks, and it's just shitty. Like, managers are not the nicest people all the time, and that's why us Gen Z people don't keep jobs, because you managers decide to treat us like shit, and you think that, oh, they'll come right back, it'll be fine, I'm just gonna keep bullying them. It's like, until we don't come back, and you're basically short-staffed and have to figure it out for your fucking self at that goddamn point. Like, today, I didn't go into my job. I didn't go. Why? Because my manager wanted to start targeting me, and I'm like, okay, it'll be, even funnier when you're short-staffed and have to figure out how to get a shift covered because somebody else decided not to show up and quit. Like, you know, and that's what managers don't realize, is some employees can be dicks like that too. Like, we can just choose not to show up anymore. We can choose to just quit because you guys just want to treat us like shit. You don't want to care about us. You don't want to be understanding at all. And, you know, that's the one thing that sucks is, like, me personally, I don't think I ever want to be in a management position at a fast food place ever. Like, I've heard retail sucks, but I've never worked I haven't actually worked retail yet to know. I worked at Walmart for like 3 months as a cashier. So, you know, I really don't know what retail is like. But I know from experience in fast food that fast food sucks. Like, it gets bad when you're understaffed and the managers are just toxic and shitty as hell. Because there's a lot of managers that just want to treat you like crap because, oh, it's like, oh, they'll come back, it'll be fine, I can get mad for something else. And some of them don't realize that there are people like me that as soon as you treat me bad, I'm not going back. I'm not coming back to that job if you're just gonna sit there and treat me like shit every time I have to work with you. And most of the managers I hate, the ones that as soon as you have to work with them, think that they can bully you and pick on you just because they don't like you. And it's like, I get that you don't like me, but you could at least show me some respect and be nice to me when I'm working with you. Okay, you don't have to talk to me. You know, like, it's fine, it's whatever, but I honestly think that a lot more managers of fast food need to start being a little more respectful to their staff members and employees. Because us in this generation, Gen Z, we're not taking your shit anymore. We're not doing it. Okay? We're done putting up with you toxic ass managers that want to just sit there and think that you have all the power. Because guess what? You don't. Okay? Us as employees, we know our rights. Okay? I mean, there's lawsuits and, you know, making you more short-staffed than you are. There's a bunch of different things. You know, management doesn't have all the power, and that's what some people don't realize. You know, your managers, they don't have all the power, okay? You as an employee, there are things that you can do to help your mental health. Like, instead of staying in a toxic job just because you're broke and need to paycheck, like, it's not worth it. If you're gonna go in there every day and then come home and just be miserable about your life and, you know, have a bad day just because of what happened at work that day, you know? Like, I think a lot more people, when you're doing jobs, you need to find a job that you think a job that you're actually like, and find something you actually stick with that you know is going to be a good fit for you, that you can stay at for a while, you know? And even if it's just a job that you can stay at until you can actually be making money off of YouTube, you know? Like me, right now, I don't have a job. I'm actually in between jobs, so I have applied for a job and I'm waiting for an interview next week. So, you know, I just decided, you know what, since I'm not working, I'm going to sit here every day and post a video about something and see how it can help my YouTube channel grow and see what it can do for my YouTube channel. See how my YouTube can just take off. And, you know, if I can get monetized and make some kind of an income off of YouTube, it'd be nice to have that extra income on the side. Even when I am working and have a job, I have that extra money there every month. That way, if I have something unexpected that comes up, I could somehow afford it. You know? Like, my car needs fixed. That's one thing that, you know, I need money for, is, like, you know, fixing stuff on my car. Like, right now, I'm just putting up with the car I have, dealing with it, getting it fixed, and stuff. And I'm, like, just getting it fixed until I can actually get another car that I can afford, because I'm one of those people that, like, I'm thinking about a car payment, but at the same time, I don't want to be stuck in that situation where I have this car payment every month, and then somehow I'm not able to pay it, and, you know, my car gets repoed. That's the one thing about making payments on cars and stuff that I'm scared about, is knowing that somebody can just come and repossess my property at any given time when, you know, if you don't make payment or something. And that's why I think I would rather just straight up buy a car and own one. Like, the car I have right now, I bought that when I was in high school. Like, the literally the last 2 months I had left my senior year, I bought that car on my own, you know. I mean, yeah, it gets me where I need to go, so I'm grateful for that. It's never broken down on me once, but I've also taken care of the maintenance and everything that car needs. I make sure that my car has everything, you know, taken care of, fixed whenever it needs to be, because, like, there's the thing about cars that a lot of people don't realize in this day and age, like, and there's a lot of people my age, like, I'm 19, there's a lot of people my age that don't understand how to respect a vehicle, because a lot of kids, their parents buy it, so they think, oh, it'll be fine, it'll be okay, my parents will take care of it. And some kids, like me, that have bought their first car, understand the maintenance and stuff that has to go into that car for it to keep going on you. Like, there's oil changes, getting your tires fixed, you know, all kinds of stuff can happen with your vehicle at an unexpected time. You know, like my car, I need some stuff on my suspension fixed, you know. And that's what I'm doing right now, is working toward getting the money to get that fixed, you know. And that's partially why I have this YouTube channel, is to just help make my life and my boyfriend's life easier for our daughter, so we can actually afford more stuff for her, because I don't want to be that parent that has to always tell my kid no when we go into the store, because, like, I grew up that way. I grew up getting told no a lot of the times when I went into the store, because we didn't have money. We were low income, you know. I know what it's like to grow up that way, and I want it to be better for my daughter. I don't want her to grow up that way, in the situation where it's like, yeah, I couldn't do that because my parents don't have the money, you know. Like, I know the struggle and I get it. Like, growing up low income sucks. It really sucks, you know. Because there's times where your parents sit there and wonder, like, they sit there and basically wonder, like, how am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to pay my bills? You know, and there's a lot of that right now happening. And, like, there's a lot more people under the poverty line in this country than is realized. Because there's a lot of people that was above the poverty line before COVID that after that point, after 2020, ended up underneath of it. Just because the economy just took a dive down, and, you know, prices are high and all kinds of stuff, you know. And it sucks when no one can afford anything anymore, and there's people that have to figure out whether they are going to buy food or pay their bills. And sometimes there's people that have to ask their family members for the money because they can't afford it, you know. And there's a lot of people at minimum wage jobs right now that know what they can and can't afford every month. And I know what it's like. Like, I'm not a parent that's had to tell my kid no in a store. She's not that old. But I grew up in those households where my parents were constantly, when we went in the store, it was like, no, or we'll see, you know, we'll see what we can do. Let me save money for my next paycheck, you know. It was always stuff like that growing up. And I mean, in a way, I'm grateful for how I grew up, but at the other hand, like, there's things that I wish would have been different growing up. Like, my first car, I wish my parents would have gotten it for me, but at the same time, I'm proud of myself for working my ass off to get the money to go buy my own first car, because that's something that I can be proud of, is the fact that I know I bought my first car. And, you know, it's just nice knowing that there's things that you can be proud of yourself for in life, even being, like, as old as I am. Because there's a lot of kids my age that, you know, their parents just buy them their first car, and they don't understand the respect or the value needs to go into the car. Like, there are kids that do, but I'm saying that there are a lot of kids anymore that, oh, mom and dad will just buy me a car, it'll be fine, you know. And as soon as they total it, it's like, oh no, my car. And it's like, this is why, you know, there's just, like, situations like that where kids buy, you know, their parents buy a car, they get it totaled, and they're like, oh, mom and dad will let me into the car. but a lot of kids don't realize how much that makes insurance go up and all kinds of stuff. After, your parents go on a limb, get you a car, and you total it. There's all kinds of stuff that happens after that point. Insurance goes up, your credit score gets messed up from that. There's a lot of things that teenagers do not understand about, like having a car and adulthood and all that stuff. Like me right now, I'm glad that I bought my first car because I don't have to worry about a car payment every month. And it's nice not having to worry about a car payment. But I think that's one thing that I'm going to teach my daughter as she gets older is how to get her first car on her own and take care of the car, because I think that's an experience that I'm grateful that I had growing up, was learning how to get my own car, my first car on my own, and learning how to take care of it along the way on my own. And it's honestly something that I'm happy about. I'm actually happy that I got to have that kind of experience for my first car, because I feel like a lot of people who grow up having that experience for their first car, they end up later in life learning, and a lot of people end up getting more cars, making them project cars, and there's people that end up flipping cars for a living, basically end up flipping cars for a living, and it makes good money if you do it right, it just depends on, what you want to do. And there's just some things that I'm grateful for and there's other things I'm not. But, growing up low income does teach someone a lot about life. And like, growing up, you realize and learn what to be grateful for. And you just there's experiences you learn being, growing up low income versus someone who grew up rich in Beverly Hills. Like, some of those kids, they don't learn nothing about life, okay? They just know that mommy and daddy are gonna, buy them everything they want, no matter how expensive it is. Like, I got bored and was looking up prices of G-Wagons. Like, it is, expensive. Like, even the price of, 5G wagon, like, oh my god. It's wild. It is absolutely wild. I'm just like, I don't know. I could never afford something that expensive. And hopefully, if my YouTube takes off like I want to, I'll be able to actually afford more stuff like I would like. It would be nice to take a little bit of weight off my shoulders if I was able to get this channel monetized and have that extra side income every month besides just having a regular job. Like, yeah, having a regular job does suck, but if your YouTube channel gets demonetized, it'll save your ass later in the long run. You'll definitely be glad that you kept a job even while having YouTube channel monetized. And I feel like there's a lot of people that do have YouTube channels and have monetized that don't tell people that's what they do because they still have a regular job. Like me, personally, I don't think that I would tell somebody that I have more money than what people think. I definitely would not tell somebody that, even if I had a YouTube channel that's monetized. Because that's like a mistake right there. You don't tell somebody, oh yeah, well I have more money than you because of this. Like, no. In this day and age, you gotta be careful who you talk to, because people will find any reason to hate you anymore. Like, you don't know who your friends are anymore. And it's hard to make friends because people are so judgmental in this day and age. Even going to a job where you think, oh, it'll be okay, I'm gonna make some friends. And as soon as you know it, bosses don't like you, nobody else likes you. And you're just a new hire that nobody likes, And it does suck, but it's life, it is what it is. you know. But yeah, I just thought I would, you know, make another video, help my YouTube channel grow a little more tonight. So, and, I mean, this video was just kind of, I don't know, just talking about life and jobs and just, you know, management and stuff and just why some things just suck, you know. But yeah, that was my video for tonight.